What's good, everybody? It's the GOAT, Aaron Brown. And I know the Sha'Carri situation is really prominent in the sport of track and field right now. Has everybody talking about it. I posted the video on TikTok. It has 5 million views and it has a lot of engagement. And the whole story just has a lot of engagement. And a lot of people, and a question that was raised by many people that I've seen on Twitter, how will her sponsors respond? Me personally, I made a video earlier this week. I was saying that the fact that she supersedes track and field and that her brand is so much bigger than track, I don't think her brands will do anything about it. I said that when you're worth a lot, people just have to put up with a lot, and that's the bottom line. I think that a lot of these sponsors will lose more by dropping her than they will by not supporting her and not continuing to promote her and engage with her and continue to pay her. But y'all know it's back to school right now, and I make a decent amount of money, and I like to, be charitable and things of that nature. So I decided to go to Nike.com to buy some shoes for some people. And front page, when I open the website, boom, right there, Nike responds. Sha'Carri Richardson is front page of the Nike website. So they're being very vocal without even being vocal. They're pretty much saying with this campaign, we're standing behind her. We're going to continue to push and promote her, whether y'all like it or not, whether Aaron Brown likes it or not, whether track and field likes it or not. She's so much bigger than track and field. She's a global brand, a global name. We're going to keep her despite any controversy and things of that nature. And I kind of alluded to this the other day when I made a video about the situation. I was like, yeah, I just don't see a world, especially with me having a degree in marketing and working on my master's right now in accounting. I was like, I marketing wise, I just can't see it happening. Anything negative happening brand wise, because this has done nothing but play into her brand. And it's really a plus because if you see in track and field, everybody have these overly positive names and these over positive brands, which is really a fake image. But when people have real problems and they came up and their rise to fame and their rise to prominence was them just having everyday problems like everybody usually have and not portraying this overly positive image. It was Sha'Carri with the weed thing. It's like, all right, yeah, everyday people smoke weed. And Sha'Carri with the going to jail thing. Yeah, everyday people have relationship problems and they'll push their boyfriends and this and that. Maybe not in the airport, but these are everyday things that everyday people can relate to and it's going to get people talking. So Nike was like, you know what, we're going to capitalize off this. This shit has nothing to do with track and field. If she was just a track and field name portraying one of these positive images, maybe like a Sydney McLaughlin or Gabby Thomas or Shelly Ann Fraser Price, would have been kicked her ass to the curve. But the fact that everyday people can relate to her and she's not portraying this overly positive image and she shows that she has work to do and can be worked on and continue to improve and she's a normal person, that's perfect for the brand. That's perfect for her individual image. So just what I thought marketing wise would happen. Now I didn't see them running a campaign with her front page of Nike's website days after. I definitely didn't predict that, but the fact that it did happen tells you everything you need to know. But even despite all the negativity, I mean, her brand, it came up off of negativity. Honestly, if you want to be honest with it, depends on how you view it. To the everyday people, it was a negative. Her smoking weed and this and that because most people got behind it, which why she got so big. But like, of course, track and field, they are only used to quiet people and super positive people, people who want to, shake hands and kiss babies. So anything outside of that realm, it just seems odd for track and field. But to everyday people, it makes you a star. Now you have outliers like a Usain Bolt, who is a guy who's going to shake hands and kiss babies and try to uphold a reputable image. But that's few and far in between. I see Nike is definitely trying to expand outside of track and field because they know track and field isn't a profitable sport. So if we have somebody who can relate to everyday people and generate profit and revenue outside of this small ass sport that's very small, the audience is very small. The people who spend money in it is very small. The revenue is very small. The ads are very small. If we have the opportunity to use a person who can be big outside of this, who can be a trailblazer outside of this very small thing, why wouldn't we take advantage of it? So I saw a lot of people, a lot of Jamaican YouTubers and bloggers, some American YouTube and bloggers, and hell, even myself, I was curious to see what people would do and what people would say business wise. I kind of figured I already knew what time it was, just because it plays into her normal image. So I didn't expect any like disciplinary actions to happen from the shoe companies or any of her brands, because this literally is right up her alley when it comes to marketing and branding. But a lot of these non-business heads, they wouldn't even be able to fathom the thought of anything like this when it comes to branding, because all they do is tweet or make posts online and don't really know anything analytically outside of the internet for real. They just give their opinion and hope people agree with them for real. But hey, man, I ain't tripping about nobody getting their money. I know people say there's a double standard, and we already know that here in America there has always been a double standard, and there will forever be a double standard. And there's nothing we can do about it. We can sit around and complain about it and this and that. If the shoe was on the other foot, of course, if the shoe was on the other foot, it would be very different. If it was me and Sha'Carri in an airport and Sha'Carri pushed me, she wouldn't get that much pushback from the media and the public. But if me and Sha'Carri was in an airport and I pushed Sha'Carri and put her head through the wall, it would be a completely different story. So we already know the double standard is very alive and well. That's just reality. That's just society that we live in. These are the type of things that we push and promote. And especially in America, they push so much things that are unnormal and unusual, to the point where that's just the reality. So I'm definitely curious what y'all think about Nike standing 10 toes behind Sha'Carri Richardson and not in not well publicly displaying any disciplinary actions and things of that nature. So let me know down below in the comments. Until next time, I'm out.
World champion of what?
World champion of what?
I can drop a world lead, I don't even like running. You gotta run fast just to go and get some money. I'm Noah Lyles K, you know how I'm coming. I ain't going to no Olympics, I ain't running, I ain't jumping. I can make 100,000 at the crib being funny.